Say it again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And what is he to you? Come on, Emilio. No. Ryan, go ahead. Hit me 2 times.
Welcome back, viewers. It's James Kalm, your half-assed reporter, the guy on the bike. Special shout out to our viewers in New South Wales, Northern Italy, and Texas. We're here at the VITO SCHNABEL Gallery, and we're going to try to slip in here and get some pictures of Jorge Galindo and Julian Schnabel flower paintings.
That's Ryan on the guitar. Give it up for me, brother. Now, when I add up the sum of you and me, don't take a genius and don't come up to 3. You're too much woman for one man. Woo! But not enough for 2. They're going, who is he and what is he to you? Yeah. Who is he, mama, and what is he to you, babe?
Okay, well, I was informed by the gentleman at the reception desk that it's actually pronounced Jorge Galindo, and evidently Jorge and Julian have been friends for many years, and it says in the press release that they met in Madrid in 1991. So gosh, that's 30 years ago. It's titled The Flowers of Romance. Oil on canvas, this is 2019. This is 118 by 157 inches, so yeah, that's a big painting. Well, I came by here about a week ago, and unfortunately they were having a private event, so I couldn't come in and do any recording then, but I was looking through the window, and I was just kind of looking at this particular piece without any reference to it being flowers or anything else, and I was thinking that it made me think of a Joe Bradley painting. Actually, like a lot of things that I see, you don't really kind of suss out the imagery until you've had a little time to think about things and look at them. So now that I'm seeing them now, there are flowers, kind of. It's titled The Flowers of Romance 2. This is 2019. Also 180 by 157 inches, so yeah, that's 10 by 14 feet, something like that. So I was thinking there's a lot of stuff going on here, and they were talking about Jorge collaborating with a photographer, and in the process of making the paintings they would be using their feet, hands. It's like a piece of grating, various kinds of, who knows. maybe doing the Yves Klein thing where you would spray the paint on yourself and sort of roll around on the canvases. Okay. This is another big painting. This is titled Shangri-La. Oil on printed canvas in 2 parts. This is 97 by 157. One of the things that I noticed after running through and looking at the show is that so Jorge is using photographs. Okay, so it says that he's working with a photographer named Pedro Almodovar, who I guess did a series of photographs of flowers, and so they collaborated, and I think in some of these they even worked on them together. Okay, so that looks like somebody's signature in reverse. I kind of like the contrast between the mechanical imagery and the big fat kind of action painting gestural brush strokes. It's titled Souvenir, Houdini Reversed. 2021, 78 by 117. Well, I can see why Julian would feel an affinity for Jorge's work. Maybe 2 or 3 years ago, we covered a show at Frederick Petzel that was based on a series of paintings by Angser Jorn. I think the title of the show was something like Strategic Vandalism, something like that. You can go back in the files. And I think Julian had a couple of pieces in there, but both of those pieces, as I remember, had photographic images that were printed on there. So we've got our little strip of European landscape, a little village there. Now we'll look at some of Julian's plate paintings. I think they were saying that these were all painted on the day that Donald Trump lost the election. They're calling this the Victory series. This is 72 by 60. And I don't know whether this is because they've got this kind of strange thing with the glass plates on the floor, but they have hung these extremely high. This is Victory at Eschant 2, 2021. Oil and plates and Bondo on wood, 72 by 60. Well, generally I would consider a 72 by 60, which is a 6 by 5 foot painting, is large, but somehow for Julian, these are kind of like, well, easel scale. It's like not intimate, but small-ish for what I normally expect to see. Also, so I'm noticing some of this is really sticking out. I remember visiting Julian Schnabel show at Mary Boone when she moved into her new space. I think it was 417 West Broadway. She moved across the street from the building she was in. I think Julian had the first show there and maybe worked on it during the summer and on site. And I remember coming in there and he was in the back room touching up one of the paintings because somebody had broken off, I think, a piece of one of the plates. Okay, so this is a victory number 3. You can also go back in the files and check out a report that we did about, I guess at this point it's been 4 years ago. And it was another show of flowers by Julian. Okay, let's look at this. And, well, he said the inspiration for that show was a bunch of roses that he saw growing around the grave of Vincent van Gogh. I guess in France. I don't know whether it's Paris or somewhere in the south of France. And he was actually, at least the rumor was that he was trying to raise money to finish the film off. And so he was presenting this selection of flower paintings. I guess more roses. Okay, so this little grouping is actually a little smaller. These are 60 by 48. Calling this one victory number 10. Well, I was looking at them and thinking that they were pretty similar, but there are some compositional things that he's doing to change it up a little bit. Also, it's really kind of a, could I say, a dialectic of sensibilities, as it would seem in one sense you're painting flowers, especially roses, one of the most soft, fleshy, kind of allegorical plants that relates to human skin, but yet you're putting it on these shards of broken pottery, kind of like exactly the opposite of what something soft and fleshy should feel like. This is victory number 11. Also, I was always wondering what Julian was using to adhere his plates onto the surface with. And I guess it was a couple of years ago I found out he was using Bondo, which is a automotive body finishing stuff, glue, paste. If you get a little dent in your car, you hammer it out as well as you can, and then you fill in all the little holes and things with the Bondo. But I didn't know it was such a great adhesive. Victory number 12. Okay, gosh, there's even a little narrative going on with the types of crockery, ceramics that he's gluing on here. I noticed this one's got a lot of coffee cups in there. Wonder what that means. Okay, let's go downstairs. I'll read a little bit from the press release. Jorge Galindo and Julian Schnabel first met in Madrid. Their lifelong friendship developed while Schnabel was teaching a workshop at the Círculo de Bellas Artes in 1991. Over the last 3 decades, through their related visual languages of emotive and gestural painted surfaces, and through their embrace of material experimentation, they've become like-minded contemporary peers, great friends, and venerable admirers of each other's works. Galindo will present a new group of large-scale paintings of flowers created between 2020 and 2021, which feature his formal exploration into reproduction and printed and painted compositions of floral imagery. His visceral marks in paint animate the traditional still life motif, pushing the realism of the 17th century Dutch flower painting into the realm of abstraction. Okay, this is titled Souvenir. Good Year for the Roses 2021. Oil on printed canvas. Well, I think some of these downstairs have left the, Jorge has left a lot more of the photo printing coming through. They also say that he used or collected postcards and painted on them for several years, and I guess maybe that's what the text is from, a postcard. Also, he's using a pretty limited palette. We've just got the pinks and roses, the light blue, and a little gray and green. Yellow ochre. It's titled Souvenir Paradox. This is 78 by 117. So he's taken a little more time to paint out the text. Actually, I like the idea of the kitschiness of the postcard imagery, and then that's kind of defaced with this freewheeling action painting, kind of existential angst. souvenir bouquet. $78 by $117. Okay. Yeah, for some reason I'm looking at this passage over here and getting a little echo of some 1960s de Kooning. And yeah, Jorge has got a very, very slippery brush. Yeah, I like a nice withered, chunky hunk of oil paint laying on the photograph. This is Victory number 5, 2021, and this is 48 by 36. This could be one of the smallest plate paintings I've ever seen Julian make or exhibit. I haven't seen everything, but this is for the broken plates. This is intimate. Okay, so I've got a little handle from a jug. Some other things. More coffee cups. James Kalm reporting on Jorge Galindo and Julian Schnabel flower paintings here at the VITO SCHNABEL Gallery, 455 West 19th Street. You can like this, share, subscribe, link it up to all your social media sites, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. And as always, we just ask you to say, thank you, Kate.
Is he to you?
Whoa!
That sounds like a money song to me. Everybody feel good? Let me hear you say yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all we need too. A little bit of that too.